Okay, I should seriously just make this a series of things that I wish I knew when I was a new mom. When we brought Graham back from the hospital, not even then, when we were literally in the hospital, people said, enjoy it now because it goes so fast and soon he'll be graduating from college. And instead of being encouraging and helpful, my hormonal and anxious mind took that and spiraled. It was, soon he's gonna be in school, and then he's gonna be graduating school, and then he might find a girl and get married, and he's a boy, and boys usually marry into the women's family and then you never see them again. And my husband already jokes about how he's gonna die young, and I'm gonna die alone because I don't have any siblings and my parents are older than me, so obviously they're gonna go before me. And it could just keep going. These are some things that helped me back myself up off the edge of that anxious spiral. Now, I am not perfect at this at all. This is really a difficult thing to do in this busy, bustling life that we are all a part of. I am a first-time mom. I only have one kid, but these are things that have helped me learn to be more present and more intentional as a mom, and they're things that I wish I knew before I became a mom so that I could be a little more prepared when I had my son. So my first tip is to brain dump. I know that seems so simple, but if you are feeling overwhelmed or anxious and need to get things out of your mind, just get them out on paper. Your mind can only hold so much. It's okay to write them out, get them out, and then know that you don't have to remember it anymore. And some things will leave and that will be good, and then some things will leave and that won't be good, but you'll have them written on a piece of paper so you won't totally forget. And that's also good. When I brain dump, I like to do like a web. So I have like my brain in the middle and then I shoot off all these different directions. So if I have something to do with the home, I have a home bubble, and then I've got like a cleaning bubble, and I've got a fix-up bubble. And when I have work, I've got my work bubble, and then I've got my part-time job bubble and my business bubble, and I've got all these different things. And it doesn't have to be pretty. You just get them all into their categories, and then at least, again, they're not in your mind. And if you want to, you can put them in a list after that to make it more easy to read. But that is how I do it because it helps me categorize things a little better and just get everything out of my brain. Tip number 2 is to plan out your day. So I typically have a printable that I print out every day. I typically start with an affirmation, 3 things I'm grateful for, and 3 things I'm excited about. I love to start the day with a gratitude mindset. I think it just helps put on a gratitude lens for the rest of the day. It can be really easy to go through life from thing to thing to thing, but if you can stop and pause and reflect on the things that you're really grateful for, things that you wished for when you were younger that you have now, or things that you know that you are blessed with that others may not have, that is a really good way to start the day. Then I look at my brain dump and I go from there on things that are important and prioritizing. It helps you to be controlling-ish with your day, so you know what the plan is, you know what's going on, you know the important things that you have to get to, but it's not something that you have to stick to like really strictly. I think that helps with like an attitude and mindset as well, because when you know the direction of your day, you're not as thrown off by things that you can't control. Number 3 is a seasonal bucket list. I've posted about this before, but I love having a seasonal bucket list because it makes me slow down and enjoy things seasonally. It makes me enjoy things in the weather. It makes me enjoy things with food. It makes me enjoy things with different activities for each season. And I think that that intentionally slows us down and helps us to create memories with our family and our kiddos and our friends. The bucket list isn't meant to be just another thing to do, but I like to put it into my schedule so that I know I have a few things planned out that will make me slow down and enjoy that day in that season, or that moment in that season. Now, number 4 is when baby naps, do whatever fills your cup. If you need to take a nap, nap. If you need to clean up because it's just a mess and you really do have to clean up for your sanity, I get that, do it. But I would say don't do that every day. Don't clean every day. Don't spiral on your phone every day when your baby's napping. During that time, try to do things that will fill your cup, because that will make you a happier person for your spouse, for your friends, for your baby, and for you, most importantly. I really believe that when we do things during that time for ourselves, it helps us to be more ourselves, and that's what our people need from us, to be us. Number 5 is not glamorous, but it's to ask for help. Ask your parents, ask your spouse, ask your friends. ask for help. It can be so isolating having a baby and making that your whole world. It's really hard to see that your people are still there for you. You just need to ask for their help. When you know that you've asked your parents to watch your child on Thursday night for 3 hours and you have that time to clean the house or go out with a friend or just have some you time, that helps ease the pressure of that item in your mind and frees up the space because you know that you don't have to worry about it right now. You can get to it at the allotted time slot, and for now you can just do whatever it is you need to do and be present while doing it. Number 6 is to time block. I know, again, not a glamorous thing. I used to have a bunch of different time blocks. I had an early morning block, I had a late morning block, I had an early afternoon block, I had a late afternoon / early evening block, and then I had an evening block, and then I had a bedtime block. There's too many blocks. Now what works for me is to have a morning block, an afternoon block, and an evening block. So my suggestion would be figure out your blocks with your rhythms and what makes sense, and balance the work and play and rest in those. For me right now, my morning block and my afternoon block can be interchangeable. I usually choose one or the other to be in and get stuff done, or one to be out and go play, or whatever. And then during nap time, I use that as time for me to enjoy and relax and do the things that fill me up and make me the best mom I can be. I know so many people say, be with your kid, play with your kid, and yes, that is important, but we can't just let go of our lives. I have a job, I have to clean the house, I have to make dinner, I have to do other things too. So knowing that I have those 2 blocks in the daytime when my husband's not home helps me feel like that's a good balance. And then when my husband is home, he's incorporated into that 3rd block, and that's always a fun, playful block for the 3 of us. I would say pay attention to your rhythms and find what works for you in this season. So number 7 is more of an activity than just a point, but it kind of comes down to what kind of mom do you want to be. Choose 3 words that you would want your child to describe you as a mom. Maybe when they're an adult and they're talking to someone else and they're describing how you were as a mom. What are the 3 words that you want them to describe you as? I would love my children to describe me as loving, present, and slow to anger, which I know is not just one word, but we'll go with the word safe. But to be transparent and vulnerable here, when it comes to the slow to anger part, I can't say that I am always slow to anger. I don't know if you know the Enneagram, but I'm an Enneagram 9, and that's in the gut/anger triad, and that does describe me. There can be times where I get angry, and usually it takes a buildup of things for me to get angry, and in that case, after a day of spills and tantrums and my kid trying to play in the toilet and all the other things that come along with a toddler growing up into their own person, sometimes I can lose it and not be the nice, kind, loving, present, slow to anger mom that I want to be. And I'm working on that, trying to do things in my life to help me be more slow and present and loving and calm, and I'm trying to do things that fill my cup, and I'm doing the best that I can. So my challenge to you is to come up with your 3 words and use them as your center. Find things to do to help you be those things if you're not doing them already, and if you are doing them already, I just want to encourage you in that we're all in this motherhood thing trying to figure it out somewhat together. And I hope that at the end of it, your kids are able to say those 3 words that you've come up with. It's not always easy, and I am not perfect at it either, but maybe let's try it together and see how we can be the best moms that we are meant to be for our children. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you could please like it, I would love that. If you could subscribe if you're not already subscribed, that would be awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.